We're 1 week into the new year. How are your resolutions going? To kick off this year's series of Healthy You, sponsored by Independence Blue Cross, I spoke to physician and best-selling author Dr. Ian Smith about his recommendations as we set some goals to stay as healthy as we can in 2026. Dr. Ian Smith, so excited to talk to you today about New Year's resolutions. We're into January, hopefully sticking to our resolutions or at least trying our best. What would you say are some great resolutions to make and try to stick to if we are looking to improve our health, work on some goals in terms of weight loss, maybe getting stronger, feeling good overall?
Well, first of all, I'm not really a big fan of resolutions. I understand why people do it. But I think that people should think about year-long commitments, right? And I think that you should work on one thing at a time. I think when you try to do too many things at once, it becomes difficult. So, saying for yourself, I'm going to increase the amount of protein I consume. Most people are not eating enough protein, men and women, by the way, of all ages. So saying that a protein increase of, let's say, 30 or 40% on a daily basis is a goal, that's something you can work on. I think that's a big thing that people can do. I also think that people should eat cleaner. There's a big clean eating movement, and it's there for a reason. A lot of people are unaware that a lot of the processed foods that they're eating are full of synthetic ingredients that can disrupt their hormones and have all types of long-term consequences, destabilize their blood sugars. And so eating cleaner, what does that mean? When you go to a store, finding things that have 5 ingredients or less in the package.
We do hear so many buzzwords on social media and headlines. We hear protein, we hear ultra-processed foods, we hear fiber. What would you say of those we should really focus on? Would you say eating clean and protein are the biggest?
Yeah, well, you look at protein and fiber. So people need more protein to build muscle. You need more muscle to look better if it's about aesthetics for some people, which it is. But from a health standpoint, muscles are important for metabolism.
Oh.
So your muscles are more metabolically active, which means they help you burn calories better. So protein and strength training or resistance training equals muscles. That's number one. And then fiber is important. Most people consume maybe only about 50% of the amount of fiber they should be eating on a daily basis. Why do we need fiber? Fiber is great for your gastrointestinal health. So a lot of people, as they age and their GI system slows down, they need more fiber. And so we're not eating enough fiber. The entire country, by the way, men and women. And so if you can increase your protein and you can increase your fiber, that's a really good start.
What would you say is the best method to kind of feel better in our body through using fitness?
For a long time we stressed cardio. For cardiovascular fitness, your heart and your lungs, and it's still important. However, we need to emphasize strength training. That is either using resistance bands, using weight machines, or using free weights. That's all under the category of strength training. Not enough people are doing it. Women aren't doing it enough. Older people aren't doing it enough. And the reason why it's so critical is because lean muscle mass not only increases our metabolism, but it helps prevent injury. And it's also important for functional. You're on an airplane and you're trying to, lift your bag up in the overhead. That's muscles. Think about it. You go to a grocery store and you're trying to lift these heavy bags. As you get older, it becomes more difficult because older people are not lifting weights. They're not keeping their muscle mass. So from a functional standpoint, I think people would be better served by being active and moving all the time.
Dry January, a lot of people make this a goal for this month. What are the benefits of maybe giving up alcohol for at least 1 month?
Well, first of all, alcohol has a lot of calories, and people look at liquid. They don't realize that whether it's liquid calories or whether it's, calories from food, a calorie is a calorie. The other part is your liver. Geez, give your liver a break. I mean, the liver is the organ in the body that's responsible for metabolizing or processing alcohol. And it can wear it out. It gets tired of processing a lot of alcohol. And so it also says to people, hey, maybe you don't need all those drinks. If you can go a whole month with nothing, when you do resume drinking, which is fine, maybe the amount you consume will be reduced. And I think that's one of the big psychological benefits of a dry January.
Dr. Smith, this was really eye-opening for me. I enjoyed doing health segments like this because I actually do learn myself, and I'm always trying to feel stronger. So thank you so much for your time and for some really great tips that truly sound like anyone can tackle these in an approachable way as we go into the new year, and then we won't need to make any more resolutions in the future.
Year commitments.
Yes, thank you so much. You're awesome.